Canelo Alvarez beats Danny Jacobs on a 12-round unanimous decision. Two scorecards of 115 and 113, and one scorecard of 116 and 112. This fight was kind of not what I was expecting. It wasn't, a Canelo Golovkin kind of fight where it was, loads of power shots getting thrown. This was a real kind of more of a high-level chess match. Early on in the fight, for I think the first 6 rounds, it looked like Canelo was going to have a walk in the park. Because Canelo, he looked to be the better boxer. He was outboxing Danny Jacobs. He was outskilling him. Danny Jacobs was finding a very hard time trying to land on Canelo. And Canelo was catching him with body shots, with uppercuts, with some right hands. And Danny Jacobs, as I said, was struggling to catch Canelo. And kind of as the fight progressed, Canelo started to slow down a bit. So Danny Jacobs found a bit more success. But to be fair, and all the really kind of eye-catching quality work came from Canelo. There was a left hook, or kind of a more or less like a left, kind of straight left hook, kind of almost like a left cross from Jacobs in the 9th round. That was the hardest shot I saw him hit Canelo with the whole fight. And even then, Canelo just kind of walked it off. He just seemed to blink it away. Canelo, as I said, he was he was razor sharp in the early half of this fight. Once he started to slow down a bit, that was when Jacobs was starting to find the success. And I think that the added weight Jacobs had, because let's remember, Jacobs missed the 10-pound check weight. Well, he didn't miss it, but he came in over the weight. Now, there was a big fine for that. So I think it was something like 900k he was fined for that. So I think he tried to use some of that size and strength in the later half of the fight. But even then, you could tell the cleaner, effective work was coming from Canelo. And the last 2 rounds I gave to Canelo, I thought he won by the end of the fight. One thing that I was kind of aggrieved at was, even though Jacobs was doing well, Sky were kind of neglecting the kind of things Canelo was doing well, and they were only really focusing on what Jacobs was doing well. And by the end of the 12th round, Carl Froch had the fight a draw. Now, I couldn't see that. I couldn't really see a case for Jacobs winning this fight, to be fair. I thought Canelo won it, but I could see there was a few close rounds in there. But I definitely thought the right man won the fight in this fight. It wasn't a classic, but, I think we all kind of expected a bit more kind of fire from Jacobs. For early on, he kind of seemed tentative. It wasn't tentative necessarily, but I think he realised fairly quick that Canelo was skilled. Canelo was a good counter-puncher, and I think he respected Canelo's power a bit in there. So it was only really after he started going aggressive, kind of when Canelo slowed down, he started having his success. But prior to that, as I said, I thought the first 6 rounds, I thought Canelo was going to have a field day. I was going to have a walk in the park with this fight. But it was a good fight. Definitely love to see where they go from here. Canelo, he's unified. Will he go for a Golovkin rematch? Or is it in a third fight, the trilogy, kill the trilogy off? Or will he chase Demetrius Andre? Will he be looking at Billy Joe Saunders? Because Billy Joe Saunders, we know now, will be fighting for the full version of the WBO super middleweight title. Maybe Canelo will want to fight Billy Joe Saunders super middleweight, pick up another world title super middleweight. Who knows? It's all conjecture. I made a video there the other night saying that his team were set to offer Errol Spence a $20 million purse to fight at middleweight, so you never know. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts down below. Thanks for dropping by the channel. I am going to go to bed now because it is nearly 6 a.m. here in Ireland and I'm pretty tired. So leave your thoughts down below. Let me know what you guys thought. And as always, I'll talk to you after.